Autism was first described as a psychiatric condition in 1943. And spoiler alert for this video, that significantly predates the casual availability of paracetamol. Now, the first clinical description of autism didn't just come out of nowhere. It came off the back of decades of prior research that has eventually led us to the understanding that we now have today. We now understand that autism is not a disease. It is a lifelong difference in how people experience and interact with the world. As our understanding of autism has improved, we've seen an increase in diagnoses, which is a pattern pretty much consistent with every condition we study. In fact, this advancement has led some historians and disability scholars to look back at people whose behaviours resemble what we would now associate with autism. Hugh Blair of Borgue was an 18th century Scottish laird who is often quoted in historical studies of autism. He was literally minded, socially isolated, intensely routine-driven, and had unusual speech patterns. In 1747, his brother sought to annul Hugh's marriage on the ground that he was incapable of understanding the marriage contract. Many researchers have also looked to the behaviours of prominent people throughout history, such as Nikola Tesla, Emily Brontë, and Gertrude Stein. Now, importantly, we have to be very wary of ascribing our contemporary diagnoses to people from the past. But what we can confidently say is that autism-like behaviour was well documented centuries before the invention of modern medicine or paracetamol. Now, Tylenol was introduced into the US in the 1950s, prescription only for children, and it would become widely available over the counter from the 1960s. Since then, there has been a number of studies that look at the connection between autism and paracetamol. In fact, Sweden did an incredibly significant study of over 2.4 million children. It found there was no evidence of increased risk of autism in children whose mothers had used paracetamol during pregnancy, once family and genetic factors were accounted for. The White House's funded review claims that it has indisputably discovered this link, Trump misquoting it as the cause, but this all ignores one of the fundamental rules of science. Correlation does not equal causation. The review claimed that 27 studies did demonstrate a link between paracetamol use during pregnancy and autism in children. But it completely ignored other contributing factors, such as genetic and family history, and the infections and fevers that may have caused these pregnant people to be taking paracetamol in the first place. It's essentially reading the title of a paper and reading no further. Trusted research as it currently stands says there is not one single contributing factor that causes autism. So why is this being so widely broadcast? Well, I'm not a medical scientist, but I am a social scientist, and I can see very clearly the pattern here. Access to pain relief quite literally changed the course of human history. It has improved our quality of life and alleviated sometimes debilitating pain conditions. Access to an autism diagnosis can also be life-changing. It offers improved self-understanding and opens the doors to supports that may be necessary to help people navigate the world. The deliberate conflation of pregnancy, painkillers, and autism is a direct attack on reproductive, women's, and disability rights. Does that sound familiar? It plays into a much larger politics of control over women's bodies and pregnant people's bodies at large. And very insidiously, it plays with the logic of eugenics, treating autistic people as a defect to be prevented rather than accepting them as part of humans' beautiful diversity. I know the writing is on the wall for many of us, but that isn't the case for all people. Now more than ever, in a time of so much scapegoating and division, is a time to educate with empathy and to look beyond the headlines to the communities that are being attacked and show our support. Now, this video has been very heavy, so I want to end by sharing some autistic joy of my brother and I, because more than any book or paper, he has taught me how to see this world with so much love and empathy. Are you excited to see Christmas? Did you see the Christmas lights?